Hi guys, hello and welcome everyone. So this is Snap 2025 last lab. We are doing logical reasoning where we covered in the previous session couple of topics. Today we are again doing some more topics. We're going to be doing statement conclusion, statement assumption, and logical consistency. That should sort of make up all the topics that you require for your exam. All right, if you can see me and hear me, if I am audible and visible, then please give me a yes or no, right? And also, I hope you have already hit the like button and shared the session, and of course subscribe, because if you haven't subscribed then you can't participate in the chat box, right? So please make sure that you have subscribed so that we can talk. Yeah, hi Abhigyan. Okay, I'm so happy that I am audible and visible. So let's get started. We've got some topics: statement conclusion, statement assumption, logical consistency. I thought we will cover these three topics today. Okay, so let's quickly take a look. What is statement conclusion? This is what a question on statement conclusion looks like. So you're given a statement, then it is followed by two conclusions, sometimes more than two conclusions also. And you have to identify which of these conclusions follow. So the directions are only conclusion one follows, two follows, neither follow, and both follow. Let's quickly take a look at what you need to do. So there is a statement which is a factual conclusion information. Then there is a claim which you have to evaluate as valid, invalid, or uncertain based on the statement. And then you have to identify what is the answer. Treat the statement as absolute truth, even if it is conflicting with real world facts. Check if the conclusion adds anything new. If it adds new information, then it won't follow. Check for logical leaps or exaggeration. Words like all, never, none, always are invalid. Okay, so please make sure you keep that in mind. If the statement says some teachers are writers, then the conclusion cannot be that all teachers are writers. Identify keywords, quantifiers such as some, few, many, almost, and then pay attention to them. Look for hidden assumptions. If a conclusion is depending on something not stated, then it won't follow. Okay, do not bring external knowledge. Avoid believing conclusions that merely sound correct. Even if there is one statement which contradicts, it won't follow, and stick strictly to the wordings. Let's take a look at this question. It's a very nice question that we have. Let's start with this only. Okay, so many organizations now encourage remote work, arguing that flexibility increases productivity and reduces employee burnout. Now, remote work is the only way to prevent employee burnout. Now, please understand that the word only way is an extreme word, and therefore this cannot be an answer. Some organizations believe that remote work benefits both efficiency and well being. And yes, it increases productivity and reduces employee burnout, because they are, the passage has said many. So, from many, you can always get some. Therefore, two will be valid. So, answer will be only conclusion two follows. Okay. Let's look at the second question. The statement is every course offered this semester includes a mandatory research assignment designed to develop analytical thinking. Okay. So trying to develop analytical thinking. Now the question will be, why would you want to develop an analytical thinking? Right? So that, and then mandatory. So some courses offered this semester aim to build analytical thinking. Yes, that is why they're trying to develop it. So one is valid. No course offered this semester can be completed without doing a research assignment. Yes, because every course includes a mandatory research assignment. That means you have to do the research assignment. So therefore, both are valid, and answer will be 4, both 1 and 2 follow. Let's look at the third conclusion. Set no renewable energy project approved this year relies exclusively on imported technology. So they could do a mix, or they could do just exclusively local technology, indigenous. So some approved renewable energy projects use domestic technology. Yes, they do. Okay. But does it say only domestic technology? We don't know. All renewable energy projects use at least some non-imported technology. Yes, this makes so much sense, right? The second one, we are saying that some definitely use it, but that some use this is also valid. So answer should be both. Both 1 and 2 follows. Okay. Some research scholars who apply for travel grants receive partial funding, but none receive full funding. So no research scholar receives complete reimbursement for travel expenses. Correct. So that is what the passage has said, no? That they have not got uh, complete funding. So therefore, 1 is valid. All research scholars who apply receive at least some funding. No, we don't know if they receive or if all of them receive it. So no, so only 1 will follow. All digital payment platforms that operate in the country must comply with the national data security standards. Any digital payment platform violating data security standards cannot legally operate in this country. Well, yes, that is so right. Correct? They have to comply with the standards. Only platforms based within the country must follow. We really don't know. We would probably expect the outside countries also to follow. So therefore, 2 would be invalid. So answer will be only conclusion 1 follows. Let's look at the next one. Now, the next set of question is statement assumption. So the question looks something like this. A statement is given, 2 assumptions are given, and you have to identify which of these are implicit. So check the use the necessary condition test. If the assumption is not true, does the statement lose meaning? If yes, it's a valid assumption. If no, it's not an assumption. Assumptions are not conclusions. Please don't misunderstand them, right? They're not to be directly stated or proven. They support the argument. Avoid extreme or absolute assumptions. So remember, assumptions are typically moderate and not extreme in nature. The gap between the claim and the premise or the argument, the author's conclusion and the premise, that is the assumption. So the assumption will usually bridge the gap. For example, every government must invest more in electric vehicles to reduce pollution. Assumption is that electric vehicles contribute less to pollution than traditional vehicles. So that will be it, right? Watch for assumptions about audience, intention, or feasibility. Arguments about action often assume that the action is possible, it will have an intended effect, and the problem is real, important, or solvable. All right. Look for what the author believes but has not stated. It must be necessary, not just possible. Entirely new facts cannot be included. Avoid assumptions based on common sense unless the question requires it. Okay. The government has announced a special subsidy to encourage small businesses to adopt digital payment system. They find currently digital payment system expensive. That's entirely possible, and probably that is why they are not using it, and that is why the government is trying to make sure that they are doing it. Okay, let's put a star on this. Offering financial incentives will motivate. Yes. Now remember that when you talk about someone doing something, they feel that there is a need for that. So therefore, by offering this subsidy, the small businesses will want to adopt digital payment. That is what the government feels, right? The government does not necessarily know that the digital payment is expensive or that the small businesses find it expensive. So therefore, the first one will not be valid. My bad, huh? Only the second one should follow. Let's look at the next question. Question number 2, which says, due to rising pollution levels, the city administration has decided to increase the number of air quality monitoring stations. The current number of air quality monitoring stations is inadequate. Yes, that is why they're increasing. It will reduce pollution levels immediately. Immediately is very extreme, so therefore, not the right answer. The university has introduced mandatory internship for all final year students. So practical experience is essential for students entering the job market. and they're unwilling to apply, no, only one is valid. All right, the company has decided to organize compulsory communication workshops for all employees. Employees may benefit from improved communication skills, yes, and they currently lack basic communication skills. Well, yes, because it is compulsory, so therefore, two both are valid. The city has set up additional night shelters to accommodate more people during the winter months. They're not sufficient. Well, yes, more people require shelter during winter than other seasons. Correct. So both will be valid here also. All right. Okay, the third topic that we are doing today is logical consistency. In logical consistency, a statement is given and then four statements are given and pairs of these are given, and you have to identify which of these is a logically valid pair, right? So the rules are very simple. For P or Q, valid pairs will be not PQ and not QP. For P and Q, PQ and QP both will be valid, and if P then Q, PQ is valid and not Q, not P is valid. Okay. Either or is a version of PQ. Unless is a version of if not. Okay. Only if is the then. Okay. All right. So either he's tall or she is smart. Remember, P or Q is not P, so Q. So therefore, he is not tall. And so she is smart. BC will be one pair. The other pair will be she is not smart, which is D, and he is tall, which is A, DA. So DA we don't have, BC we have. So therefore, BC is the correct answer. Okay. All right. Let's look at the second question. If I sing, then you cry. If is equal to if P, then Q. Will have two pairs. So PQ will be the first pair and not Q, not P will be the second pair. So if I sing, which is A, you cry will be C. So AC is my first pair. My other will be you don't cry, I don't sing, which is DB, which is given here, and that's your correct answer. Let's look at question number 3. Now, only if I know is actually then. So this statement is if earth shakes, then I dance. So earth shakes is C, I dance is B, CB. The other will be I don't dance, the earth doesn't shake, AD, but AD is not given, CB is given. That's your correct answer. All right, unless you eat, I won't eat. Unless means if not. So if you don't eat, I won't eat. Okay, that's my statement. So my first pair will be you don't eat, which is B. I don't eat, which is D. Okay, that's one of my answers. My other will be I eat, you eat. I eat will be C, you eat will be A. So C. So BD is the one that is given here. All right. So this is again or. So Amy does not sing, which is C. Jamie runs will be B. The other one will be Jamie does not run, D. Amy sings, A. So CB and DA, CB is given here. That's your correct answer. All right. General strategy: read slowly and identify the core claim, separate facts from opinions, avoid extreme or emotional choices. Don't assume something that's not stated. Treat statements as airtight. Work by elimination. Okay. All right, guys, we will stop now. I hope these questions were helpful. Remember to maximize every minute of your exam prep by accessing the Muscled Up CL app on the move. Download the Career Launcher app, Android here, iOS here. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a nice day. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.